What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. So check it out. Excited because we're gonna unbox this 1957 Chevy Nomad original Revell kit right here. Look at the box artwork, very beautiful. Thank you, Kurt Burlow, for hooking me up with this right here. I saw him last weekend at the SoCal Open, and he, came over, said what's up, and he was like, "Hey, I got this for you," and he gave me this gift. Really happy. Thank you, sir. So we're gonna go ahead and unbox it. I've been wanting to do this ever since I received it, and let's just do it now. So check it out. We have beautiful artwork here. Venice Beach, California, right there. You get to see the Bel Air, everyone in the background, surfing, getting ready for that next wave. Then we also have some more artwork right here of the model. Look at the stance on the Bel Air right there. The back, it's like, pretty high up there. That looks like a pretty cool stance. I'm really liking that. Photos of the actual model. 1968. Revell, Venice, California. Printed in USA. All right, let's see the side view right here. I must say the box is mint. It looks very nice. Well kept. Look at that right there. Awesome. Hopefully this brings back memories for some of you guys watching this, that maybe this was a kit that was being released at that time. You saw it at the local hobby store. So all right, here we go. All right, so here we have the instructions. We got that beautiful photo right there from the cover. Open it up, and then we also get some more information right here. For those of you that like to read this kind of stuff, you could pause it there if you'd like. Let's move on. Here we have instructions. Pretty straightforward. And not too long ago, I got done with my 57 Chevy Nomad, the one that was re-released by Atlantis Models. I'm very familiar with the instructions, but seeing this, the original pages here, it's really neat. That's awesome. And it's cool. I'm glad that they made that available. Atlantis bringing that out right there. So that's cool. All right, let's move on. So let's take a look at the chrome sheet right here. Here we have the front. Oh man, this is so cool. Just knowing that this is vintage right here, and obviously there's a little bit of weathering over time. It's like the chrome just coming off of the plastic there. But I like this though. We always get spoiled with really bright chrome and everything. But seeing this right here, it's like, man, 1968, and we're taking a look at it right now in 2026. All this time in this box, and here it is. I wonder when Kurt acquired this kit right here. I'm gonna have to ask him that next time I see him, or maybe if he's watching this video, he could let us know in the comments right there. So this is pretty cool. And then I like how it kind of has this little handle here, so you could, maneuver the chrome right there. So that's awesome. All right, let's see. Let's pull out some parts right here. We got a couple parts right here for the wheels, and then the glass. Ooh, let's see. Oh, what? Look, this glass, it's a little bit tinted. Look at it. It's not like just a clear piece of glass. It has a little tint to it, and I like that. Interesting. It's almost like what's that? Kind of like a smoke kind of color. There you go. Look at that. Oh, this is cool. All right. Let's see. We'll see how the front glass is right there too. We're gonna have to check on that. So let's take a look at the bottom. So it looks like, the bottom part, right? Ooh, what? Look at that right there. Like it had gone started, obviously. You see some paint, some assembly going there. But this is nice though. Nothing wrong with that. That's pretty cool. I really admire that. We got the brown, the two-tone right there. That's cool. Chassis. All right, let's set that down right over here. And obviously, right in front of us, we see the body, the main canvas / masterpiece, right? Here it is, guys. The original body right here. Man, this body is beautiful. I'm going to tell you right now. Look at the shine of it. Revell. I know there's a lot of Revell fans out there. It's crazy. Like some people like one brand, others like another, some like both. But you know, there's always some that are very loyal to Revell. Check that out. That's awesome right here. And you still have these parts here that are holding, you know, the body. You know, one of the things with working with this car I discovered, you know, once you start removing these pieces, this all what's holding it are just the pillars and this bottom piece right here, the body. So obviously this could get a little warpy or kind of weird and funky, right? Like on the other car, I went ahead and, you know, cut off the bottom piece, styrene, added more styrene just to reinforce it to make it a bit stronger. But this is very nice, the original right here. Let me set this down. Now we have the engine. The engine also started right here. I really like this combination of the colors too. That's cool right there. Here we have it. Oh, here we go. Nicer close up. Sorry, guys. Apologize for that. Bam. All right, let's set this down. And then down here we have, ooh, here's the glass. Here it is, guys. It is also tinted. It looks like a smoke kind of gray color. And you know, you see like little scratches, little surface marks, but that's nothing, man. We could take these off. If you guys ever get a kit and you know you got those little surface marks, don't freak out, don't get scared, don't throw the kit away. You could fix that right away. It's not nothing crazy. Oh, interesting. Check this out. So we have all the parts right here attached to the tree. And look at this. You also got the wheel. You know, and I've always asked questions regarding that, you know, and obviously I just think it's, you know, over time, models just kind of chilling in their box and things start to kind of melt and, you know, stick together. So let's see if we could remove the wheel right here. There we go. Yeah, so something to do with the plastic, I want to say, is what's causing that. And, you know, here we go. Nothing happened. Everything's there intact. That's like the hinge for the hood there. Really neat though. Everything is still, you know, on the tree. All right, let's move on. We got some more engine parts still on the tree right here. That's cool. And we got firewall inner fenders right here. Still intact right there. And then we have another. Oh, here we have pretty much the doors and the hood. Everything is still there. You know, this one looks like it's going to fall off, but it still managed to be there all this time. Here, let's set this right over here. Get a nice little layout of everything. And then we got a few more parts. We got our tires. Let's take a look at the tires. Let's see if you see anything kind of cool. So that's one side. And then this side has more of the text. And it has some good writing on there. And then let's flip this one around. So most likely that's how they're going to go. It's really cool. So we do have the set of 4. So let's set the tires right over here. This one already has the rim on there. So just set it there. And then I'll bring out the other one. And then these are the last parts right here. Radiator. Inside of the tailgate, also painted in brown. And then we have, what is it, the rear, are these the tail lights? Probably for the bottom, for the chrome piece, those would be, yeah, pretty much, well, the tail lights, right there, bam. All right, and then, see what else. All right, then we got the fan. This just looks like a extra piece of styrene right here. Here you go. Here you go, kid. Here's a souvenir. Right there. We got the fan. We got another part for the engine. I remember that big old thing when I was putting it on mine. Right there. And boom. Look at that right there. I'll set that right there. Cool. So everything is here, guys. I recognize a lot of these parts. Like from working on the one I did, you know, the Atlantis model kit. Really neat, though. You know, obviously seeing this, it looks like everything started off from the bottom. You know, the sides right here and the engine. And it looked like they were starting that in that direction, everything from the bottom. And then later they were going to work themselves towards the body and everything else, you know. But still, like if, you know, if I decided, okay, you know what, I want to strip this or anything, there's still chances of doing that. You could still remove parts on, undo them with the uncure right here, most likely crazy glue. Just from seeing some of the yellowish, like the glue marks, pretty sure crazy glue was applied, and it could always be stripped, repainted, and we'll be back on track on this, for the future. But for now, I'm just admiring this vintage kit. Thank you, Kurt, for this. I hope you guys liked this video, enjoyed it as much as I did just unboxing it right there. Stay tuned for more future unboxings. I mean, I just love opening these vintage kits right here. And man, it was well kept. And even the box, it's nice. So thank you guys for watching. Take care of yourselves. Keep on building. Peace.